today I promised you that I'm going to be doing, I just played this game too, so I'm going to be doing a Xerath commentary support specifically. Very niche pick for me. Usually I just play it for fun, but I've been playing it more recently in ranked because A, it's a comfortable champion for me, but B, I'll try to go over the merits of it like I normally do for any support champions that I'm going to be talking about, even mid maybe eventually down the line. So this is going to be my support Xerath commentary. So let's go over. Also, I made my client a little bigger so that way it's more focused and you can read things actually on here. Because I remember the last time I was doing my commentary, it was hard to read. After this, I'll be doing some Pokemon battles, so just keep that in mind. So, what is good about Xerath support in comparison to, say, just mid, where he's obviously probably better, like most mages, but there is some merit, obviously, to playing him. Maybe some comps as well. Similar to Gragas support, where he's probably a better role, but there's still a niche you can play him. So let's talk about Xerath first of all, and the most important thing, like always, with looking at a champion, is their skin breakdown. So Xerath is pretty straightforward. He has just random colors effects. So you got the Christmas skins. This one is like the worst battle skin. This is a battle cast. It's like one of the oldest ones, I'm pretty sure. Not the greatest. His best skin, his basic skin's actually not bad, but this is good, except you can't do the spam dance and make him like scratch his head. Very critical, so the sand one kind of falls short. We gotta go with the lava. He's scorching the earth. Like, that's how your playstyle is anyway. You're scorching your teammates' sanity away, and you're scorching the earth when you hit people with your skill shots. But he's got some basic skins, just basically orange, red, green, blue, particle effect changes, and then yellow. Like, literally the most boring kind of, like, champion. Hopefully they kind of make one where it's, like, I don't know, maybe some kind of other effect, but it's hard to do with Xerath because he's basically just pure energy. That's all Xerath is. So let's talk about Xerath ability-wise and how they relate to support. So his difficulty is a 2. I disagree with that completely. It is a 3, 100%. One of the reasons why Xerath is bad, and I guess bad is a relative term. One of the reasons why Xerath is not the greatest is because it's entirely determined by the player's skill level in terms of hitting skill shots. He has 4 skill shots. All of them are very difficult to hit in optimal situations sometimes. For instance, his ultimate's probably the hardest. I want to say his ultimate's one of the hardest skill shots to maximize its potential out of. If you hit all 3 of those, you get rewarded greatly. Don't forget it, but at the same time, it's probably not going to happen. And when I play the game, you'll see I miss a lot. But as long as you're hitting 2, 1, like in succession, that's pretty good. So let's run down the other abilities first. So his bread and butter ability is his Q. It's Arcane Pulse. Some notes about this specific ability is it travels through minions, it travels through shields. Braum Shield is important to note. Wind Wall, which you'll see it goes through because it is a instant projectile. It's not really a projectile, I guess. It's you aim it, but it instantly appears there. It doesn't have any travel time. So where you click it is where it's going to go. Very nice. It goes through things. It's very good at poking through tanks specifically because tanks can't really absorb the skill shot like normally. So that's why Xerath will pack a lot of damage no matter what because he's A, going to be hitting multiple people with this, and B, it's low risk. It slows him down, but he can throw it from very deep. Next is your W. Your W is really underrated. I think like it's probably his worst spell, but it's really underrated because I think it's the cheapest amount of mana, but it offers a pretty nice slow, and it lets you follow up with your Q and E, and it's probably easier to hit than both of them on a target because you can wait for him to CS, and if you get it center, you'll pretty much line up whatever skill shot you want to hit next. It could be ult, could be anything, but it's very nice. Sometimes you take it second, sometimes you make it like in lane level 2. But it's very nice. It sets up a lot of skill shots, and it's just AoE damage. Most of the time, you're probably going to want to throw in Q anyway. But your E. Okay, so this is where Xerath offers his most utility besides the slow. Xerath his utility is killing people essentially. But this is actually really niche. His stun. The further it goes, the more it stuns. This is really good in lane, surprisingly, because you can catch a lot of people off guard with how far it travels. And if you get them at the tail end, you're probably going to be hitting a W into a Q, proccing your Thunderlords and being able to almost one-shot somebody. You'll see it in lane, so it's really low risk to throw this out, but at the same time, if you throw it out, the enemy has retaliation advantage on you. So you have to be careful about doing that. So don't just throw it out willy-nilly, make sure it connects, obviously, or else you're going to be dead weight for the next, like 5 minutes, essentially, which is not great. Next, so I forgot to mention about this ability too. Hitting this from Fog of War, as a support you have the most opportunities to probably clear vision and play around vision in most lanes, I guess, because usually it's not just buying pinks, you also have the sweeper. So this is going to be very nice. You can hit it over walls, you can hit it from bushes, setups a lot of combo. It also is very useful to check bushes just like your W and Q. Xerath is very good at checking Fog of War. All 4 of his skill shots can let you know that somebody's there. Especially R, you can even check Baron, and it's the longest skill shot in the game. That's not like I think like travel or global. I think it's the longest non-global skill shot in the game, which is a mouthful, I know, but I digress. So this is very good from Fog of War. Basically, if you don't hit this during a team fight, though, whew, rough customer. So you got to be hitting these. This is probably your most important skill shot besides, I mean, like hitting Qs consecutively or your R. If you hit your Rs though, they're one-shot people. So we'll talk about the R next. So R, if I remember correctly, Jesus, dude. Okay, we get it. He killed him. We got it. I rule over Shurima now. So your R, if I remember the numbers correctly, is the most damaging ultimate in the game if you hit every ability on it. So I think at level 1, I don't remember the exact numbers because they don't have them on this client. God knows why, but they don't have it. So your R is probably one of the hardest abilities, I've already mentioned this, to hit in the game, but it's the most rewarding, it does the most damage. You can hit it from far, like probably back of your tower to their tower. That's range at level 1. Its range increases at levels 11 and 16. And it also gets you more shots when you level it up as well. So it goes from 3 to 4 to 5, which is pretty handy to know as well. So you're going to be launching a lot of these. It has pretty actual fair AoE too, but once people start getting more and more boots, unless they're under like some kind of like team fight threat, you're probably not going to be able to hitting these consecutively. So if you do hit these, you're rewarded very greatly. I will tell you that. So let's go on to the next thing, which is his passive. I forgot to mention as well. So his passive is a double-edged sword for many reasons. Also, I should mention too, in the same vein that Xerath offers really good wave clear with his Q, W, potentially ult as well, there is a problem that he... is this still going? Yeah, it is. There is a problem that he pushes lanes, so that's good and bad. It's also bad because you might be stealing CS. I do take a bunch during this game coming up, which gets you money, and maybe he'll miss it, but generally ADCs get really bitter about their CS, we'll say. But it's the same with your passive. So your passive, whenever you auto-attack something, it gets you mana, whether it's a minion, whether it's, I think they might have patched this, but a ward, or a champion. Champions give you double the mana, so you always want to be proccing this on a champion if you can. It's not always safe bottom. Melee enemies give you the better opportunity to do this, but like Soraka, Janna, they're not going to give a fuck if you auto, unless they have a lot of CC, and it might come back to bite you. But you might be autoing minions and, again, pushing waves, maybe taking CS from your opponent. But you need to be always autoing this when this is up, because Xerath, unfortunately, to compensate for having a mana passive like this, has some of the highest mana costs in the entire game. I will go over those if I can. I don't think I scroll over them, but his mana costs are absurd, taking into account that he has this passive. But it's very nice passive for support poke. So let's go over some items for Xerath as well. Xerath, item-wise, builds as a support, builds kind of like a mage. In terms of you build similar mage items like Morellos and Ludens. So you build for damage, similar to what like a Brand would do or Zyra. You're not going to be building support really like items because without damage, Xerath doesn't really offer much anyway. So you need to be doing good damage and wave clear and mana regen and like all kinds of jazz. So you're going to be building, where's items? So my build is Morellos, obviously get the Frostfang. This is good for several reasons. Yes, I said Xerath is a highly high mana cost champion, but what Spell Thief allows you to do, it's easy to proc the poke on it. But especially late game, big thing about this is that movement speed after you throw a skill shot is huge. It's actually huge for Xerath to be able to reposition quickly after throwing out a Q because he already slows himself down. I think I'll point out a fight where it actually comes in drastically to save my life. Well, item-wise, it's pretty straightforward. Morellos, you can even go tier, but I would never go it. And then like Ludens into Leandries, get you a little tankier and lets you pan through tanks. And just do more like Leandries is really a good item. It's just really solid. You get the burn too on many of your abilities. Okay, summoner spells. Okay, so normally mid lane Xerath would take like Ghost or Teleport or something like that, or Heal or Barrier or something defensive, because that big problem with Xerath is he doesn't have the opportunity to really throw out offensive summoner spells like Exhaust or Ignite. A problem with that is, though, support-wise, the others don't really do anything for you. So basically take Exhaust if they have a lot of assassins that are going to jump you, but you can get the time to exhaust them and maybe stun them. Take Ignite if they have a support with like a bunch of heals like Nami or Soraka or somebody you can bully around, maybe kill, maybe you have an aggressive duo partner, something like that. So those are summoner spells. Runes, you kind of take, I think I'm using the exact same page I used for my Gragas. Very support, your AP support kind of page. You gotta have some AP in there. I get money because I need items quick, and then I take armor so you don't get shredded by ADCs. So runes are pretty straightforward. Masteries, you take Thunder Lords and something similar as well, and very ADC based, or not ADC based, AP support based, like Zyra Brand. Whatever you take on Zyra Brand, you'd probably take. So let's take let's talk synergies. Let's talk counters, and then we'll get into the game. So I've mentioned some of these champions already, but some counters. We'll do counter matchups for ADCs and also supports. Any ADC that has a stun or something like that, Ashe comes up into mind really heavily, or Varus, are people you're going to want to watch out for. Caitlyn's also slightly annoying. Kalista is also annoying. So like, watch out for Kalista, Varus, Ashe, maybe even Trist. People who can get on you real quick and like CC you. Not the greatest to verse as Xerath. Supports you don't want to verse. Supports that you don't want to verse. Potentially Morgana, because she can block a lot of your stuff and spell shield your stun, and then bind you, flash ult you. Leona's really threatening. Tom Kench is okay. Nautilus, anybody who has hard engage. Blitzcrank's dangerous. Brahms are not that dangerous. Bard can be with his ult. Thresh, you should be safe. I think safer than Blitzcrank, but if you're getting hooked by these guys, you're probably going to deserve to die anyway. So like Nautilus, Blitz, and Thresh, if you're getting hooked, you're probably going to die anyway. Yeah, basically, those kind of supports are dangerous for Xerath. You have to keep in mind, too, when you're versing Soraka and Janna, that they probably will outscale you nowadays. And they'll heal back your poke. Not really a threat to you, but you'll get out of laning phase, and so will they. So, getting through Soraka, chewing through Soraka is really annoying, unless you have Ignite. But for the most part, that's somebody I would prefer to play into. We'll go with supports I prefer to play into with Alistair. Braum, you can get past his shield, so not biggest problem. Thresh, surprisingly, unless he is really good, which it's solo queue, you're probably not going to run into too many of them that are terrifying. Tarek, you're not bad against. Janna, you can kind of like lane against very exceptionally as well. Other AP supports too, like Zyra and Brand, you actually can body as well, because you have longer range than both of them, with your stun at least, unless Brand's really hitting all of his stuff. So there's the supports that are really threatening, and Sona, well I forgot, Sona you're probably pretty good against as well. Even though she has sustain, you can trade through her poke, and if you get a stun on her, she's actually dead. She's really squishy as well. Supports I like to, or ADCs I like to play with, go as follows. So anybody who can CC after you stun from a long distance or has high burst. For example, Caitlyn I really like because she does both. She can technically net and she can trap underneath them when you stun, slow, whatever. And generally you can form a really good poke lane between them, like dodging Caitlyn ult and dodging your ult. Lucian works really well. I was going to say Ezreal, but he's just really bad. I think I've said that on all my things. Tristana works really well. She can follow up incredibly well with your stun. I do not like laning with Kalista, but it is what it is. Those kind of supports. Twitch is okay. But for the most part, Xerath can play with any support. I would not prefer to play him with Vayne, for instance. Or he's not the greatest with... he's actually pretty good with Jhin. That's another one too. Jhin can hit his root off of your slow. And you can also snipe down lane too as well. So he'll pretty much fit with anybody. Sivir not that great with, but you guys shove lanes really fast. So pretty much look for any support ADC and you'll probably be fine. Let's go on to the game. So this game goes on incredibly long. I'm going to try to hop into the game real quick. Hopefully it doesn't lag. I think it's lagged a little bit the last time, but it cooled down after I was shortly in it for a little bit. I also turned down the sound, so hopefully it's not so much like you hear Gragas taking a swig the entire fucking time, because that was pretty annoying. Okay, let's talk about team comps real quick while I'm loading in. So I picked Xerath really early in this game. I think I picked him. Oh wow, that was real quick. I picked Xerath. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I picked Xerath really early this game. Actually, I can talk throughout the beginning of the game. I picked Xerath really early this game. I think we already had Warwick picked and maybe Tristana, one of the two. But Tristana picked after me, I'm pretty sure. And then Ari picked after me too. And then Nasus was the last pick. So I picked Xerath second. And my team was like, I would prefer a meta support. So you'll get that a lot. So you have to prove them wrong. But they said prefer a meta support. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. You gotta trust me. They insta-locked Soraka after me. And Soraka's annoying, but not too bad because we can burst through it. But you'll notice that a lot of their team has a lot of assassins. So I just have to position really carefully so I don't get bursted down. Other than that, like, we can poke them really well, but as long as we don't get killed before the fight starts, our team has a definite advantage, especially if they can't get through Nasus. Our team already has pretty good wave clear, so that's not a problem. My asset's not that good. But yeah, Tristana can follow me up. So my goal in lane is to poke Soraka down, because she, without hitting her Qs, doesn't have infinite sustain, unlike the other bitch does. It'll pick up. I know it's a little laggy and choppy. I took Exhaust this game. Normally I would take Ignite against Soraka for the lane. I took Exhaust for the entire game duration. So I can Exhaust Fizz, Yasuo, and Kha'Zix. I took it specifically to help our team here. So, as you can see, it's a clusterfuck. I know. So you help him out, etc., etc. Pull up this. He went call first against Yasuo? Holy shit. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so, like I said, we can push for level 2 early. Level 2 doesn't really get us anything incredibly. It's going to be hard unless I hit a stun. But yeah, Tristana pushes insanely fast. And if I Q this wave, I can push it. which is good. Like I said, we're not going to get ganked like right now unless Kha'Zix is really desperate. We're definitely going to get level 2 off of this. So like I said, just kind of like poke, see if you can fish for something. Try to get double shots, it gives you double cash. And you'll notice that I'm autoing minions every once in a while to try to get my mana back. Obviously minions that are not too low. What I do here is run up on Jinx, and she is forced to take a really weird path. We get an exhaust. If I stunned her, I think she would have had to burn heal and flash. I don't think we could have killed her. Not through Soraka. So we get an exhaust out, which is very good. I didn't need to burn exhaust either. So people, like I said, Xerath is very skill shot reliant, so most of the mistakes you make are going to be something that's just mechanical rather than knowledge based. So just keep that in mind, that it's, if you're like losing games with Xerath, maybe it's just you need to practice on him rather than a macro mindset. He takes a little bit of both, like most champions, but so yeah, you see I'm like autoing minions down, making sure I get the passive going on. Yasuo is getting big because we just like dove him. I don't really know what happened. So Soraka, I have stun, but if I stun Soraka right here, I don't have enough mana to follow up. I had my passive going right there. So this becomes really close. She walks into Soraka right here. So I stun her and get her out of there and exhaust. And I'm pretty safe, but if you're an ADC, try not to walk into Soraka's slow field. Not the wisest of moves, we'll say. That is going to bring about deaths. So I'll try to fast forward a little bit, because it's just me poking a lot of the time. So I'll fast forward a little bit. Because this lane's really boring, because it's hard to poke through Soraka. You'll just see me autoing her and then throwing Qs. That's literally all I do. And if I do something, I think I might throw a stun or two here. So yeah, she's walking up. I throw a stun. We get the W, Q. She has to burn heal. We burn heal. But like I said, that max range stun is very dangerous. So she had to burn both. Ari comes here, and I don't know why she came down. She got really greedy. That was one roam I did not want. As surprising as it sounds, I did not want that roam. Not the best. I think I get another stun here. But like Soraka is really frustrating to play against. Yeah, Xerath against Soraka without Ignite. Pretty shitty. I think we could have killed her at level 1 with Ignite. Oh, here comes the dive of the Sentry right here. So, he Qs. I missed that. Then I just auto this bitch down. Q her like once, and she dies. And they walk away. They're like, what the hell happened? But yeah, I missed my stun. That'll happen, I think, a couple more times where Kha'Zix's small little mantis frame. I don't know what it is, dude. The lava wasn't in me. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. We got Lava Xerath, Firefighter Jinx, and this guy's on fucking fire. He's got a volcano on his back. Holy Toledo. So yeah, we got the fire squad here. And too bad she's not Foxfire, and too bad he's not Infernal, but some people don't have to get the memo, you know? And there's an Inferno Drake. Like, it's just fire city right now. Too much fire, not enough water, I guess, from Fizz. Jesus, that was lame. They don't have, like, any skins. Oh, this guy's fiery. Come on, he's just joining our team. Never mind, that guy was actually really bad. I don't want him. So, right now, we know we have sums up on him. In terms of, I think we know only exhaust is up. And I've got flash, so because I didn't have to burn it because they whiffed that really badly. I'm also a level ahead too. So Warwick comes in, Q, E when the CC is guaranteed, he's dead, and then Mr. Warwick goes a little too hard and gets murdered right there. Did she crit him technically? No, she just be after him down. I pinged that I had my exhaust coming up soon, just so he knows. I get a nice, I think, W or Q off on her here. And Tristana's like, I'm going to go. Oh, here it is. And she's like, I'm going. She goes. I have flash and probably could have flash like stunned her, but Tristana's going to eat that. And then they're like, get this Xerath guy. We don't like him. And I have my nice little, like, look, I'm hovering. You're not going to catch me, dude. I'm so quick. So I get out scot-free. And Tristana picks up 2 kills. I think she might have gotten the first one. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go back to base. So the laning phase, this laning phase is really boring. It's essentially, can you land max range stuns and Qs and Ws and stuff. I can't wait till my first ult. I think it's Garbo, but state of the game is not great because I think Kha'Zix is really fed. So like one assassin being fed's not the best. Same with Fizz. So if they roam and double get us, we're not gonna like it too much. Our fire will go out. I know we can insta-give Soraka though. She didn't even use exhaust the last time, so I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, trying to last hit with Xerath. He doesn't actually offer too many ways to help his ADC's last hit. As you can see, all of these poor CS just missing. Just missing all of them. Yeah, so she walks up like this. You gotta. I could have like stunned her, but like I said, you have to keep in mind of if you throw your stun out, you're not gonna be doing shit. So keep that in mind. I might have held it too long. I think I throw a pink over here because Ahri wants to roam, but there's already a ward on the Inferno. I could have probably thrown a stun at Soraka there, just for non-committal CC. Look at that Q. That was lightning quick. Ahri dies again. Get used to that, by the way. She picks it up during the late game. Again, I'm trying not to burn too much on Jinx, because she'll either heal it back up, and I'll burn all my mana, or, like I said, I don't know. We don't have vision over this area either, so it's really dangerous. But I'm hitting, anytime I hit Soraka, it's a win. I think I get her. Do I get her again? Oh, she dodges down. I was wondering how I didn't hit her. I was wondering. She's too good. And then, I know Kha'Zix comes down very shortly here. Oh no, he's soloing. So yeah, there's a little scrap down here. They actually take a lot of damage. I was debating whether or not to flash here. I did not know Kha'Zix was on Dragon. Because we had ward over here, so that was a good move by him. And then I think he gets golems and then comes through lane here, which sucks. So I'm gonna actually forward it a little bit. Oh yeah, I should kind of rewind that. So what happens is here. Maybe I went too far. So what happens is here, I think Jinx walks up. I don't know what she's doing. So she flashes my W slow. I guess she thought like my 0 mana is gonna kill her ass. I don't really know. We see Fizz coming down on a ward, so we're like, oh shit. Fisherman James is coming down to kill us. Not the best. Got a nice stun. See. Then Soraka flash W's and roots me. That's all she wrote about Xerath. So if you get flash CC'd in some capacity, I couldn't flash or exhaust. He did not burn his flash too. I didn't see because he was invisible. I can't see everything, man. I'm just a fucking energy ball. Destroy all 4 energy balls. Okay. We're gonna be jamming first tower. If you want to see something horrific here, watch this. I'm dead right now. Lands the fish. Goes in. Oh, look at this. He's slicing him. Oh my god. Howl at the moon. Oh, shish kebab sandwich. Bite him. Fears him into the abyss, and then, oh. That's Pladio right there. Jesus. It's so sad I'm in this elo. I haven't been playing too well, though. Oh, no, yeah. Okay, I know what happens here. So, I'm going to get back a little bit. So Soraka, I see her clearing vision, and we have mid priority now, because I know Fizz just was top. So I'm going to hit a max range stun Q. Look at that, that's respectable damage. I'm just going to auto her down and exhaust her, because I really want to kill her. Then she's going to kill her. I missed my stun, which is stupid of me. And I get hit by that, which sucks. That means I have to flash this wall. She's gonna die for my sins. I'm gonna blink that so he can't use it and then stun him. And then he's gonna die, this guy. And he's got a killing spree. And I ult for support. We didn't need it, but it's whatever. So yeah, you can see the status of the game. Ahri's really behind. She gets that kill, I'm pretty sure, which is good for her. And Kha'Zix dies, so it's probably worth. But we definitely got first turret because Yasuo was down there. And I could have gotten ulted by Jinx. Does she have ult? Or maybe she doesn't. So I get the hell out of there. I try to I tried to put my spooky ward in here and I got scared. I honestly thought like Fizz was down there. And he kind of was, but maybe a little too scared there. Maybe a little too scared. Let's see. So laning phase is about to end, really, because this tower is about to go down. I'm going to go support her just in case. I am a support after all. Unfortunately, you haven't really gotten to see me ult too many times. I think I've ulted only once. Board over there. She's getting jumped on here. I don't know what the hell Yasuo is thinking, but he dies for his Lava Bro. Should have been on our team, but he wasn't. And then look at this wave clear. Look at that right there. That's prime example why you pick Xerath right here. So Warwick goes really deep on this guy. I do have ult, but I can't reach him. Or I don't have ult yet. This guy's pinging for like me to help him. I'm like, dude, I can't fucking help you. At most, I throw this lava ball at him, and unfortunately, that's not enough to save my lava bro, lava dog. I made him, or he made me. Pick one. So I'm gonna go back down here to support my. She pings this because she wants to fight this person. So I'm gonna walk all the way down here, and the only thing I can do, because she already jumps the gun way too fucking. Oh, that looks weird. What the fuck? Anyway, the only thing I can do is ult, and if I miss my ult or she heals, which she has, almost has flash, and for all I know, this bitch is gonna fucking use her ult and knock her around. So I have to ult. She did ult. I hit 1. I hit 2. I hit 3 on her, and then she dies to minions, which is really sad. So I hit all of my ults there, if you count Tristana as the enemy team too. So that's very nice. There we go. So you hit your ult, you're rewarded. Jinx, fun fact, I think she crit like twice with an Infinity Edge and Zeal. So that's pretty unlucky. I think she crit maybe out of 1 or like 2 autos or something like that. Let's see. So we're at mid game now. I'll try to speed up as much as I can before fights. Try to prep around vision. Like, remember how I said Xerath is really good around vision. Try to make sure your vision's clear. Since it wasn't, I get jumped on. So I walk up here and try to support my Nasus, anticipating a dive. But I walked where we didn't have vision and I die. So basically I broke my own rule. And then this is like the world's shittiest dive. They exhaust him, and no one's like, attacking this guy. And then we're gonna make him pay like 100%. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. And this guy's like fighting. Welcome to Plat. Like what the hell is going on right now? Tease him. Let's move on. Yes, chase this guy. He chases him into a turret. Very wise move. And also Ahri dies, so we're kind of throwing a lot. So they're gonna get this free dragon because, you know, running into a turret might not be the wisest of moves. Remember how I said you can hit Yasuo through his wind wall, which is pretty nice, but not your E. So Look at that wave clear. Boom. I missed that CS though. Sad days. Lava bow. Okay. We know they're in our jungle. They're taking our blue. Yada yada yada. Tristana got dove by their Fizz, so he probably doesn't have his ult. So I'm gonna go down there with, I think, Warwick or something like that. Watch this amazing Warwick play. Oh my god, you can't teach that. If I get good damage on Jinx, you'll see it's respectable damage. We kill Soraka was mid, trying to pretend like she's a mage. I don't know. Fizz is gonna go in on me here. I flash it and then I get mana back and then I stun him. And that is an outplay right there. That was an outplay right there too, obviously. The most amazing outplay. Look at this outplaying. So I walk up to try to see if I can support with ult. He gets ulted and takes a rocket to the volcano back. It's probably going to cause like a nuclear explosion at this rate. I don't really know how that works. This game is getting sloppy, and that's what tends to happen in plat elo games. So that kind of tends to Xerath's benefit, where you can just be a damage dealer. Like I said, they don't have a tank, so if we hit one of them, they're going to die. And we have a Nash's interest, so our insurance policy is pretty good. Try to get some good stuff. Yeah. She makes a play. I stun her. I think she just gets the auto off, which is unfortunate. Meanwhile, Warwick didn't get the memo and is over there dying to all of their team, which you don't want to be doing. This is like kind of like what not to do during the game too. Look at that wave clear, baby. Oh my god. Game's close. So yeah, he goes like that. I miss my stun because the guy jumps. Nasus wants in. He hates mantises. So this guy has like his ult, so he can like stealth and like do all kinds of stuff. I missed my stun again. Remember I said the praying mantis, like, I hit 2 of them, but Soraka ult keeps him alive. Anyway, I missed that stun on a slender mantis body. So, like I said, most things that hold Xerath back are skill shots. Then this guy eats me alive, which will happen, I think, 1 more time during this game. Fun fact, he just annihilates me. So, I need to see this. This is the turning point in the game right here. They ult him with a short ult. He is fear. And Jinx is like autoing the turret instead of autoing Warwick, I think it is. So they get the turret and then we kill 4 of them. She misses the ult horrendously. And we're like, okay, well, let's just get Baron because... What are they doing? Like, look at all these corpses. Like, all these suckers deserve to be... Oh, that's cute. All of these suckers deserve to be corpses after that. That was a nightmare. It was horrendous, by the way. So we're going to get Baron. Nasus continues to focus on stacks. I don't even know how many he has. He's got 357 in 22 minutes. I don't even know if that's good. I guess Yasuo is probably not bad. So we get Baron. It takes us a little longer because Lift's not there. We're going to spend our hard-earned cash, and by hard-earned I mean they gave it to us like we were a homeless man. Look at that. It just like feels like you do a lot of damage. Yada yada yada. Wave clear. We have to wait until the team groups together. Nasus is like, I see blood. I'm going to this guy. He jumps away. I'm going to ult. Miss that one horrendously, but I'm gonna hit the 4th. Doesn't really matter though. It's hard to hit invisible guy that can jump. Nasus is going on a rampage. I have wards all in this area, so I know they're not there. Jinx tries to defend a turret. I don't know why. I'm trying to get like things where my skills are useful. Okay, yeah, we can go. We
this is a fight. Anytime we get like a fight, I can kind of like talk about it. Work initiates this. I do not have ult right now, so I'm gonna try to walk all the way around to get the position. I get the Q through the wind wall, which is nice. Auto him for mana. I stun Kha'Zix importantly because he can't kill Tristana. Very important because I think he would have killed her. So I get a max range stun around the wind wall, and then he dies, and then I Q her. And, like I said, hitting your skill shots rewards you significantly. So you need to be doing that. You see me miss stuns, and Kha'Zix gets away. But when I hit him, what do you know? We get the kill. So we're going to split the turret and dragon here, which is very nice. We're going to spend our gold again, and we're now comfortably in the lead with 5k. But with plat elo, anything can happen, so we need to really make sure. As you can see, this game is not over yet. So we're having a hard time getting Nasus to group with us. Unfortunately, Fizz murders our Ahri because I think she missed her charm, is what she said. But yeah, that stops our Baron push for a little bit. I'm making sure Triss doesn't die down here. I think a fight comes up soon. Yeah, so basically it's a hard time getting Nasus to fall around us, so play around vision while you can. A similar fight. So Warwick's gonna ult Yasuo of all people. And this is perfect time to talk about this. If you have an ult that like holds people in place or a CC, you're guaranteed to get like all of your damage off. And a Luden Xerath, not Luden's yet, but like my damage is pretty respectable. So you'll see I get all my ult charges off. But Yasuo is like invincible during mine. I get the stun off here. Make sure Kha'Zix can't follow too much. We get that. We get his path to his GA. And then stun her again. Watch the big play by Ahri right here. She gets baited by my damage. Or my miss. I missed that stun. Wouldn't have mattered because somebody else would have killed her, even if Jinx didn't. And then Nasus, I actually help him out of this. He's getting ass pounded here. I get the stun off on Fizz. And I didn't know Soraka was that low. And then these people are going in again. Like, Jesus, dude. So we're kind of throwing. Yada, yada, yada. We can't get Nasus to group with us. That's essentially the name of the game. Oh, is this where I get eaten alive by Kha'Zix? Yeah, so I have exhaust up, and I get tagged by this slow. So what ends up happening is Kha'Zix just annihilates me. Like, actually, like, all of my health. I think I got, like, half health. Then Warwick's gonna die, so we're like, oh shit, like, are we gonna just, like, lose our entire base here? Luckily, Nasus complied and stalls for a little bit. So yeah, basically what happens is we stall for a long time. Me and Warwick are back up. We're coming in. And I have my ult up. So she knocks him out of my stun. I pop her, pop these two. We're on the chase. That was close. And this is like the perfect time for this because Baron comes up. This guy's, I think, eventually gonna die. And then we're gonna get Baron because they picked the fight at like the worst time yet again. So if you have anything like about Xerath, basically you play him like a normal mage afterwards, but like you're squishier and you don't have as much damage. So you have to be really far back in the fights. Like, I was too far up when I got picked by Kha'Zix. I want to try to get to the fight where... Oh, that's something I can talk about too, real quick. So, if you see... The good thing about Xerath is if you see your assassin mid laner or something like that, your other mid laner, whatever you want to call it, your other damage, tank, bruiser, whatever, go ahead and try to think. You can assist without committing yourself with your ult. It's very handy. And remember, it's non-committal usually. Like, your ult cooldown's really short. I think it's like 50 seconds. like right now, with 35 CDR. Oh, this guy's gonna go in on her. She knocks her away as I exhaust and try to stun again. That happens way too frequently. I don't know what the hell Jinx is trying to do. She cleanses my slow. And I barely miss her with that. With Yasuo down, I think we should have pushed here, but we get scared of the Jinx and the Fizz, even though Fizz doesn't have ult, so we're gonna pull back. Yet again. And kind of reset. Even with our pick. Then these guys see an opportunity to go on Jinx. They ult her. Unfortunately, she can't follow with the charm. Soraka's going to keep her alive. I'm going to run down mid and try to help these guys out, obviously. Just throw stuns down lane, Qs down lane. That was a good hourglass. She's going to get out because of it, too. I miss all my ults on this guy. I hit one of them, but so it's really hard to get all 4 of them, especially on a Yasuo who's got steal. Kill him again. But he's gonna die. I wanted to get to that last fight. Kind of reset again. As you can see, it's kind of most of the point, like on Xerath, I've already kind of talked about. It's mostly lane poke and team fighting. And since you're in plat, you do a lot of those. You should be warding up, like normal support stuff. Obviously clearing vision. You can see, I think like this is my pink because it's the ghost one. So setting pinks so you can pick off places with Xerath. We try to clear this out. See if like these guys are gonna walk past here for odd nose reason. I don't know. And I'm trying to get over to Tristana. We know they're in our red side because my pink ward. Oh man. So we know they're here, and we're pinging this. So we walk all the way the fuck around. At least me and Trist do. And NASA's like, okay, well, you clearly haven't left. Like, we have vision here, which is really nice. And like, where else are they gonna be on the map? I don't know. What, this is a weird decision to me. So what ends up happening is, remember how I said Xerath can face check with like really easily, like with spells? I'm gonna throw like a stun in here and see if I hit anybody. Turns out I hit Jinx of all people. So I hit Jinx. Warwick eats the fish when he's feared, so that gives him damage reduction. But remember how I said that spell thief gives you a movement speed? I stun and I was able to get the hell out of there before even burning flash because I moved so quick. So what ends up happening? He throws the wind wall. We don't want to fight, and that wind wall doesn't really do shit. They're all gonna go on Warwick, which like we don't care about at all. So I throw, I think, another stun, or he gets suppressed. He's going to die. And then here's where the Mambo damage comes in. I'm gonna ult her again, nearly get her off the flash, and then I get her on the 4th and kill their probably one of their primary targets. And I also hit Jinx in the back. Meanwhile, we're killing the rest of their team, and yeah, that's all she wrote. So yeah, keep really far back. As you can see, I was not touched like that entire fight. I also got a W off in that clump of people too, because you can go past the wind wall, which is really nice. Very handy. So I didn't even know Fizz left.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I would leave too after that disgraceful play. And that's gonna be game. Right there. That fight. So we take him out. Make sure you're modeling the Nexus like a badass, and then that's it. So that's pretty much what I can give you on Xerath support. I know it's kind of like a weird game. Usually anything in plat I usually get are pretty weird. I would have done like spell rotations, but yeah, that, as a base level, like that's something at least to give you groundwork on. We'll pull up the stats real quick, and then like my item build was this for most of the stuff is pretty common, like I said. I already mentioned beforehand. But in terms of damage charts, we'll look up the damage. Their Soraka had an awful game. Stat-wise, we were down 4K almost. And then we ended up like stomping them, but that was a huge turning point when they drove that tower and died like nincompoops. But as you can see, damage done, I think I was the second highest or third highest on the team. So I nearly outdamaged Ari, which is pretty good. Pretty good. But I outdamaged like everybody on their team besides like Kha'Zix. And Yasuo did a lot too. Jinx did more than our Tristana. Yeah, we probably didn't deserve to win this game, but yeah. So I died the least too. So that's just positioning as well. But yeah, just pump out damage to Xerath and you're good to go. And pick the right skin, the Lava skin. So that pretty much does it for my Xerath commentary. I did promise. I did promise